Okay, we're live.
We're live?
We're live.
No, don't be live. Don't be live yet. Don't be live yet.
We not live, we're live.
No, don't be live yet. So
As you can see, we got this mysterious gentleman in the corner right here because today is conspiracy theories. And he has a very deep conspiracy.
Don't be live yet.
We're live.
Okay, you can be live now.
Are you hoes ready?
That's a derogatory term.
So what?
I'll allow it.
I'm derogatory.
That should be.
I'm derogatory.
That should be your fucking middle name, Jimmy Derogatory McJ. All right, welcome.
What's up?
To the Opinionated podcast, and we are your hosts.
It's Cool Kev.
Dash.
And my name is Redacted.
Redacted.
Alrighty, it's redacted. Don't ask me again.
That means nobody knows what it means.
Nobody knows what it means.
I don't know what fucking redacted means.
It was there, now it isn't.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Redacted. You'll never know. But we have a fun show for today, I was told. We're talking about conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories.
Or no.
Or no.
Or no.
Is this shit actually happened? A lot of people have all these different conspiracies about alien abductions. Is aliens real? Human trafficking? Are they killing people and taking their organs? What's good, T?
Something from that. Yeah,
So,
I was getting something from that.
so cool. So listen, we're gonna go over
Not school,
our
as long as it's away from me.
different conspiracy theories. Hey, Mr. Anonymous, do you want to lead off first, or do you want me to lead off?
Talking to me?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can lead. Who want to lead?
you can lead it off.
All right.
Because they might find me.
All right, here goes my conspiracy theory, dog. My conspiracy theory is that we are not from this planet. That we actually crash landed here, got stuck, made the best of a fucking situation. Then about, let's say 11,000 years ago, our civilization that was so advanced got wiped out. And we're trying to figure out what happened in our past.
Do me a favor before we get into anything else. Elaborate on this crashed and try to figure it out. Like, I need a time frame. I need to know. Because, you know, from what we know, we were cavemen. There were dinosaurs before us. Blah, blah, yada, yada.
Redacted.
So, how
did I come up with this theory? That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Well, not a lot of people know, there are actually 7 different species of human genomes that make up the modern day humans.
Okay.
Most people know the Neanderthals.
Okay. I know him.
We got ones called Denisovans. And here go an interesting one. Let's see if I can find
This nigga talking about fucking...
Yeah,
let's go.
Conspiracy.
Let's go.
Conspiracy. And the Homo, how they say?
Look, it's that cold in there. You're talking to your ass. Tyrone.
Homo nadai, also known as...
Isn't that cold in here?
No.
Nah,
But listen to this one.
no one knows me.
The Homo, I think I'm pronouncing Nadai, also known as the Starman.
Okay. The Starman.
They were discovered 2013.
Okay.
We suggest
2013?
Yes, that's when they recently discovered. They said they lived between the years of 300,000 and 200,000 years ago.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, Starman.
This is not The Weeknd.
Exactly. No. That's what I mean. They got a strange and mixed features, which is parts of the skeleton is indistinguishable from living people, while other parts look almost ape-like. Had a brain a little bigger than of a chimpanzee, but seemed to have more capable, sophisticated, modern human-like behavior. Most notably, there is evidence that these species deliberately disposed of the dead in rock chambers.
So my question is, can they dance? Because that sounds like you just described Michael Jackson.
No, nigga. Basically, what? like this is the thing about it. These they probably were the fucking people that crash landed, started mating with other fucking animals. I don't really think everybody think that we're fucking like these humans. Like when you see an alien, like these aliens got like tentacles and shit like that. It's always some crazy.
My bad. All right, bro. Good.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we just like, oh, it's an alien, this gray head, big head, 3-finger, like
The tall whites.
Yeah. How you don't know that we're actually the fucking the aliens? Like, how the fuck did we just all of a sudden just spring out nowhere? We all evolved from chimpanzees. Nigga, when the last time you seen a chimpanzee come out of the jungle evolve into a human?
My thing about evolution is if things were evolving into other things, how come we don't witness that now?
It takes millions of years.
It takes millions of years. Thousands of years of evolution.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if everything was to evolve, I guess.
Yo, if you say evolve.
Evolve. I said evolution first, my bad. That's what we do to you, baby. But if everything was to evolve, then would there be no monkeys?
That's what I'm saying.
Monkeys anymore, right?
Monkeys and
that's what I thought.
Should have evolved into us by now.
Yeah.
Or
something else.
Yo, them niggas involved into us.
They involved in us.
Well,
drinking and smoking.
Hold on. Let me just get this point off. If monkeys evolved into us, you understand they can come in here and kick your fucking ass with no problem. Mm-hmm. I'm just letting you know. Bite your whole fucking face off.
Okay, now listen. Here's more things to further my fucking theory of that we're not from this planet. Maybe we fucked up Mars and tapped all the research and landed here and had to start all over. But this is Bob Lazar. Nobody knows who that is, but
enlighten.
Okay,
enlighten.
He was hired by the government to reverse engineer extraterrestrial technology at a site called S4 in the 80s. He came across some stuff, tried to bring it to the light to the masses, and was kicked out. Mm. He said they had alien life, they found crafts there that crash landed, some crash landed here or there, but they also found they found a ship that crash landed around the time of the dinosaurs. Like he dug it up to find this ship that crash landed.
So around the time of the dinosaurs.
So maybe
how long ago was that?
It's millions of years ago, bro.
Millions of fucking years ago.
Yeah, I mean
millions. That's before man.
That's before man.
Before man.
Now there's another thing that helps my theory. Now everybody knows about the pyramids and the Mayan temples and all that stuff.
Right.
Okay, well, nobody ever knows that the best built pyramids are the oldest ones.
Yeah.
The first built ones.
Right. Okay.
They started to de-evolve after this thing, after a while. So de-evolute. But there's scientific proof that around 11,900 years ago, there was a catastrophe. Maybe a meteorite struck the planet. Because you remember, it used to be ice sheets covering the whole North America.
Right.
Supposedly
the whole North America?
The whole entire North America, tops of Europe, everything. The
Pangea?
No, not Pangea in the most. Earth was in its current form.
Oh, okay.
It is right now.
Okay.
But it was covered in giant ice sheets above Montana, up into Canada, certain parts of Europe, Siberia, and all that was all covered in about 2 miles worth of ice.
Damn.
Supposedly, this is a theory, that a meteorite came down from the heavens and struck the earth around 11,000 years ago that caused this major catastrophe to wipe out all these civilizations. All these different civilizations, Egyptians, the Jews, Jewish people, Gentiles, they all have a story. Even the Americans have a story about a great flood.
Right. Yeah.
And all in their stories, they all sound the same way. They was contacted from the God that, hey, something's about to happen. The earth's about to be flooded. For y'all to take 2 of every kind of animal, seed, and whatever, put it in a boat and a raft. Everybody has these same exact stories.
But ours come from the Bible.
Ours comes from the Bible.
It's in Africa, though.
But this same story happened. The same story happened in America. The same story happened over in Europe. Everybody, they have the same exact story. Mm. So what I'm thinking is that we was aliens. We probably when we crash landed on this planet, probably was already humans there or some type of species of human, and we was trying to help them. But when it fucking crash landed, it just wiped our civilization of aliens off the map. Because after that, the pyramids and everything built after that, we can't build or lift stones that are made. We don't even have the technology to lift.
Some of the stones are high.
Hundreds. And the way they were built.
Yeah.
The way they were built, most of these sites are aligned with true north, aligned to the stars in the galaxy and everything like that. Here go another theory that helps me out. They said that these people came from the heavens.
Oh, I just want to put what you said into perspective.
Yeah.
We are right now broadcasting from a cell phone or a camera phone to I don't know how many people, and then we have the ability to do that, and they still can't recreate the way they made those pyramids.
Exactly.
Like the technology that we have today.
Because our tech,
about that.
I don't think our technology is our own. I think our technology is given to us.
I was about to get into that, but go ahead.
But think about it. Every civilization, the Hindu civilization, the Chinese civilization, African civilization, Egyptian, Native American, all they ever talk about is their gods, Greek. Their gods always descended from having some strange kind of craft. They wasn't from from where we lived at. They always came down and gave us knowledge. Prometheus,
yeah.
stole the flame.
Oh shit! I'm talking about the movie.
Yo, Prometheus stole the flame.
The prequel to Aliens.
Yeah, Greek, but Prometheus.
That's what I thought you was talking
Prometheus stole the flame from Zeus and gave it to man to have them to use fire.
Shit.
We didn't know how to use fire
Or make it. Yeah.
But he stole his technology. Think about it. It's like throwing a cell phone. How would you explain a cell phone
to a caveman?
To a caveman.
To a caveman.
Sorry, Daddy.
It's okay, kid.
Hi.
But how would you explain that?
That's what I'm saying. You cannot. You can try. You can say
No, but you would say we had this it was a mirror.
You couldn't even. Here's the thing. And not to interrupt you. You couldn't even give that cell phone to that caveman because he didn't have the stuff preceding that to even know how to put that into use. That's technology. So that's probably why they're slow feeding us technology.
Well, think about this right here. When the great floods happened in Noah's Ark, when he brought every two animals, this is what the gods told him to do. The gods told Noah to make this ark to bring every two kind. Now the ark was supposed to be closed off and shut, so the rain couldn't get in. So what light did they have? They said you would have a mirror that would hang from the ceiling that would shine the light of the sun.
Where do things get mirrors from?
But this is how they explain this. Listen how they explain that you have a mirror that would hang from the ceiling that even in the darkest of night will shine the sun rays into the boat so you can see. How would you? That's a caveman or somebody not knowing what a light bulb is explaining a light. If you've seen a shining light, how would you explain it? How would you explain the alien?
Because that's probably what they were saying. Oh, you got a smaller sun or something like that inside
this sun. Because think about how, like, recently. This is recent. This is actual events. Army aircraft was chasing a UFO. You can go see it. You can go see it.
So it's recent, right?
Yeah, it's recent. You can see it on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's not classified.
You ain't gonna catch that.
It's not classified information. He said this spacecraft was shaped like a tic tac.
Okay.
It had no rudders, no wing, no propulsion. It just hovered above the water.
So niggas is just riding around in small penises.
This is a non-sexual, so why are we going about sex and penises? I know you have a love for dicks, but
oh man,
it's cool.
Well, that's about it.
That got dark really fast.
I mean, he loves penises.
Luckily, I'm redacted.
but I'm just saying, like, I really think that we're descendants of these, because government doesn't want us to know. Like, you can't. It's certain people that don't let you. Like, it's a book
of secrets when you sign up to be the president. It's like a whole room of secrets and all that shit that you gotta swear to keep. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. And they all know that. They all know, and that's probably.
Think about it. You can only like in Egypt, you can only go in their temples for so long. You gotta have permission from the government to go into these
places. Period. Alaska, you can't. There's certain parts of Alaska, Greenland.
I'm gonna get into that too.
There's another thing called Göbekli Tepe in Turkey.
Okay.
That was deliberately, as this lost civilization, this city that was deliberately buried 11,000 years ago, that was buried on purpose. They was only allowed to dig so far. The government has stopped them from digging even further because it's buried. So there's knowledge in these fucking still sealed up in different tombs. There's tombs as big as small towns that's probably containing knowledge that they don't want us to dig up.
I want that shit.
But if you think about it, you have these aliens land here. You have the knowledge of how to build their ships. their spacecrafts. Think about it. We had the knowledge. If America had the knowledge to build an alien spacecraft and their weaponry. How advanced our shit would be compared to the next person.
Yeah,
we can rule them.
And our dumbasses would use it for war. Hey guys, we got this crazy technology that's from another world. Let's fucking kill people with it.
But that's why I'm saying, like, we're fed that, oh, no, we was here all this time. How you don't know? Why are they so interested in space and going to Mars and going to all these different planets and everything like that? We're not, it's a good chance that
if they actually are doing it, by the way. They are.
It's a good chance that we're probably not from here.
So, piggybacking on what you're saying, this is another thing why people say, I mean, I could say I'm not gonna say my what I believe in, but what I believe in, like it being a Christian or something.
Yeah.
That's how they use religion to kind of keep you at bay.
Yeah.
They use that because it's like, look, we're gonna tell you the story of how it went and how it's going to go, so you don't ask questions. We're gonna put you in an educational system that's gonna keep you in line with certain rules and guidelines. We're gonna pound it into your head until you're a grown up. Then you're gonna just get a job and kind of like just worry about your existence. Period. So that's why certain minds who elevate above that are the minds that are allowed in to work on projects like that, Area 51 and shit like that. But the regular person, they want to keep you in the dark about all that shit. So religion would be a good way to do that.
Yep.
But think about it. Even our religion, even the Bible that we have, our stories are the same, mirror the same stories. Now, so we're cavemen. How does the stories in the Bible mirror that of the Americas? How can you? Because before then, it was no sea travel. Nobody knew how sea travel was fairly fucking.
Well, us being cavemen was supposed to be before, the Bible time.
Yeah,
BC and
yeah. But sea travel is a fairly new thing. Columbus just was like, which was not that far ago, was the first person to say there's land.
16 bars ago.
There was land beyond. It was land beyond here. We think about it. We didn't have the knowledge how to travel across it. So how do all these stories of different civilizations all match up?
Move all around the world.
Move all around the world.
That's a good question.
You got to think about, like, maybe we did come from the heaven, got stranded here, and was going around to these modern. But who are the people that are the aliens? Maybe we all are because we interbreed.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
Maybe
the Bible was only focused on what? The Bible wasn't in America. Like, they didn't travel to America. They didn't travel.
The Bible was based in like Israel, Africa, all.
Yeah, but at that time, I thought the conspiracy or what they try to teach us, all the continents were one big continent.
Pangea was around,
but that was before that.
That was Pangea. Pangea was dinosaur era.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm speaking of is after the continents and the land masses split up.
And then the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, didn't that break Pangea up? Or am I wrong about that?
Supposedly.
Right? Because that's what I think was.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
There were supposed to be humans around dinosaur era as well, right?
Yeah.
No, actually.
Yeah, that's they said
in certain areas.
So there was a different break in between.
Yeah. So
and then that's where you said we would have traveled
with dinosaurs, there was like different eras of the dinosaur as well. So like with dinosaurs back in apparently the Tyrannosaurus Rex and all that was like existed way before like the mammoth, but people will put them together. And the mammoth
mammoth was around when
we were around. Yeah, but people will put them together, but humans were not around.
Maybe we wiped. Maybe we wiped them out. Maybe we said this is a perfect planet.
That was our spaceship.
Maybe our spaceship.
Think about that.
Maybe our spaceship wiped them out, crash landed, or maybe we had a weapon that said, "Hey, listen, we need this planet, but these beasts that rule these planets, we won't be able to survive because even with guns and technology that we have,
that's what we're doing now.
But then we wouldn't be able to. How would we survive? Even if we had a fucking ray gun that could disintegrate anything. I mean, it's cool when you're aiming it at a fucking.
Leave their bones.
Yeah.
And leave their bones.
But it's cool if you see a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you're in the fucking jungle, you see him right in front of you, you can hit him. But Velociraptors, honey, you're in the woods. You don't know these motherfuckers sneak. They're like, look, we gotta get rid of these animals. Maybe they say we gotta get rid of these animals. We gotta wipe them out for us to be able to survive here.
Yeah, because you can't eat them.
Can't eat
Like,
them.
well, I mean, from what they.
Okay, so
from
here,
what they say.
so what you're saying to me is that
We terraform Earth.
all right, I'm gonna go back to where Dre was, the whole Pangean effect or whatever. So
That's what all the content.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So when the comet, meteor / ship crashed down and hit Earth, that's when all that went. So were Mammoth and Man around after that?
But
spread?
or
believe
we
so.
probably so. We probably
Probably so after the ice age.
So then
I believe so.
you think that because last time I checked it out or read or watched anything about when the continent spread or when the comet landed, it didn't kill. It killed everything with the exception of like insects, underwater animals, things like that. So where would the mammoth and different dinosaurs that were around during man period come into play?
If you came from
where were they?
if you came to
Exactly. If a comet had killed everything on the planet at the time, species like that,
right,
man would have been a part of that if they were there,
okay,
right?
Well, think about
In essence.
if you want to tear, if you
So
want
if
to
they were
tear
after, where did those animals that were that big come from and evolve that fast? You know what I'm saying? Because if there was nothing that size to create something that big, like an animal-wise, because a woolly mammoth is big as fuck.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So if there's nothing that big after the comet hit, right? It killed everything except for certain insects, and because nothing can kill roaches. Them motherfuckers live forever. You know what I'm saying? So underwater, let's just say any species underwater survived. Any insect that could bury, whatever the case may be, they survived. How does an animal of that size and other animals that size evolve that fast to where they're there with man?
I'm about to hit you with my theory.
I think all these were millions of years.
I'm about to hit you with that theory.
You think so? Mammoth and men?
Yeah.
No, but think
No,
about
not
this.
mammoth. I'm sorry, not mammoth. I mean dinosaurs and.
That's what I'm saying. But
If we was to leave, say if Earth was to go through the same thing, Earth is no longer inhabitable, but we created a craft big enough to go to another planet. What are you going to take with you? You're going to take the animals that you eat, the animals that you hunt,
that you farm. Shit that you farm.
You might take a few. You might take a few animals that came from your planet that you just want around, but not big enough to hurt you. But
Take
you
my
can,
dog.
so you think we brought a woolly mammoth with us? That's crazy.
But think about it. What the humans eat back then as Neanderthals?
Okay, so
they hunted mammoths.
So here's my thing.
They hunted these big animals that they know they can hunt.
So why if we came from a different place at that time to come all the way to Earth to use its resources, will we start over again and not have anything? Think about it. We started with.
But that's my point. At 11,000 years ago, a comet roughly about 6 miles wide struck the planet. With the even with the technology we have right now, if a comet was to strike right now and hit this planet at that same size and that same magnitude,
there's nothing you can do to save it.
We went through 1,000 years. We went through 1,000 years of hell. Sea level rose. That's where these floods came from. This rain blocked the sun out. Think about it. If we just had a small tornado come through Jersey and it knocked the power out for a couple of days,
right?
We couldn't use our cell phones.
I don't remember that.
I mean, to a point you couldn't call nobody.
Right.
Your pump. If you have a pump at your house that pump water into your house, that runs off electric. That's knocked out.
Some pump.
You don't have that.
Yeah.
So if this meteor struck and it said, "Damn," if a meteor struck, what it would do, it would knock out our communication with satellites. We won't be able to get through that layer of stuff to go reach out and say, "Hey, listen, did something bad happen to us?"
Right.
Maybe we came here to terraform Earth. We was doing good. We was doing well because around that time before the meteor hit, we was doing so well. Humans, all these structures was being built. The Sphinx was built before this meteor hit.
Is that what knocked the nose off?
No. listen. Three different religions, all the Amazon, the Egyptians, the Indian Valley say, hey, all our gods came from Orion's belt. How we die, we go, we descend, we go back to Orion's belt. Maybe we're from there. Maybe we came in to terraform Earth, this meteor struck and it stranded us here. So what we did as the aliens being stuck here was try to teach the knowledge to the humans that we were trying to make as smart as us. Say, hey, here go the technology, how to get back to where we came from. once you be able to create this technology, you can go home.
Maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe like what you're saying is correct, but instead of coming in human form, like what we call souls, are the inhabitants of
this planet.
This planet's version of whatever, you know what I mean, or whatever the alien.
Maybe our soul is considered like a parasite.
That's what
our bodies are the host.
Right.
And when we die,
and this is the
planet. You follow this religion. You do what this religion says. This is a map to get you back home.
And the parasites is semen. Because you gotta have born. You gotta be born.
Is it a semen is alive? Correct.
Yes, it is. But it's the seed of man. But think about it.
You were the strongest semen of that batch, right?
Yeah, I won everything. I beat out everybody.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Think about all the religions. Think about our religion. They said the son of Mary, he was a guy. He was born from God. God implanted this seed into Mary bore his son Jesus. Does that sound anything like artificial insemination?
It does.
Maybe the guys took her up in a spaceship and said, "Hey, boom, I'm going to give you I'm going to put a child in you that contains our powers, that's able to teach our people how to get back to us. I'm going to leave this with you."
That's some shit right there. That's some shit right there to think about.
That's a good one.
Think about that. But think about that. It was so many stories have these, so many different religions have these things of the gods came down and impregnated our women. They didn't sleep with them, but our women bore these guys' child. They had superhuman strength, or they were giants, or they were
anal probe.
But that is basically my theory about we are not from this planet. That is my theory. So that is my theory. That's something to think about.
I think it's a dope ass theory, bro. Like that's some shit that's like if you really think, like I said, I feel like our brains have like a cap on them where you can't think. Like you can think further.
There's definitely a cap.
We only use 10% of our brains.
That's what they say.
Okay, here go another thing. It's a psychedelic called DMT.
Okay.
A lot of people take DMTs or take psychedelics, period. It supposedly unlocks parts of your brain. People go on these trips. They see all these weird things. They have these visions of numbers, equations, and all that shit. Who was just saying they say that drug wasn't put here to say, hey, this is going to unlock your brain. The more you use it, the more you unlock the capacity of your brain. Ayahuasca. Or actual ayahuasca. That was a trip that you had to go on, and the Native Americans from a toad or something like that. It was a venom of a toad. You was given.
You had to do that in hunt.
Yeah, you had to do that. You took this trip to go to see the gods, and the gods gave you knowledge, and the knowledge you took, you brought it back to Earth to spread with everybody else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's some shit. That's what I'm saying.
Think of it. People keep saying, "Oh, we evolved from monkeys," and all. Like, if we evolved from monkeys been around for millions of years. It should be a monkey walking out of this fucking jungle right now.
Millie rocking.
That's like athlete type shit.
I imagine a monkey millie rocking.
But think,
I don't know why.
And think about it. We probably did, because look, we probably are aliens that came to this planet, because right now there's tribes in the jungle that never seen helicopter before and all this.
Never seen shit.
And if you get near their tribe, they'll kill you because they don't know who the fuck you are. And that has happened a lot.
Recently.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe we came to this planet, made it with the inhabitants of this planet, killed off the threat of our because we are at the top of the food chain. We are at the top of the food chain.
Because our brains. Yeah, our brains.
We're at the top of the food chain. Maybe we wiped out this predator and said, okay, now we're at the top. We're going to terraform this planet to be ours. But like I said, that meteor struck.
We're about to fuck the whole planet up now.
And you think about it. That's why we probably you see so many, everybody having all these sightings. It's real sightings of aliens coming. Maybe they're saying, damn, like, who should we take back with us? Who is worthy coming back to this planet saying, hey, this is originally where you came from. You're not of Earth.
I hope it's, at that point,
maybe that's
what we call heaven.
That's what you would call heaven. Heaven is always descended to the stars.
Side note, I told my wife, because she said, I always do side notes. It's not my real name. So I told my wife, I said, because she was like, because I told her, I was like, yeah, when we get in heaven, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're just going to be happy forever. And she was like, the fuck, heaven? Nigga, it said, our vow said, till death do us part. When we get in heaven, you on your own. Oh, I said, no, bitch. You're with me forever.
But you ever heard about people having near death experience? They say they don't. I've seen a lot of people that say they had near death. They don't naturally see God, but it's like they're so happy. They're known that it's a continuum.
It's an energy.
It's an energy. Yeah, that's what they say. The energy is transferred to somewhere else. Yeah. They said I know that there's a place. They don't necessarily say God, but they say I know I'm going to a place where I'm gonna be okay.
And all that, right? And all that is connected. I think to try to break all that down, because that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a whole
to break all that down in one podcast without literally education, like you know what I mean, like studying all this shit is impossible. But I think everything is energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a fact. Everything is energy,
and that's why I believe in reincarnation, because energy never dies.
What up, my boy?
What up?
Let's show what's going on.
Yeah, but everything is energy, and like that's why like people in
that's
church.
Cat right there's my bar. What's going on?
You
gotta come on the show one time. All right, well
that's why people can catch the Holy Ghost in church though. That like, and it's a feeling. You ever been in church and something, not what the pastor says, but like the music and everything, it touches you and you feel elevated.
Why you think when they do ayahuasca and all that stuff, when they take these trips, they have drums. These drums and these rhythms take you to this
music.
This energy takes you to another place.
And all y'all doing is fucking twerking.
Yeah,
that's what y'all use it for. You use that
energy to bounce that
ass and shit to make the pussy pop.
What I'm really trying to say is like
completely mad.
Who's just disappointed?
Maybe the government. Back to my point. Maybe the government knows who the aliens are. Know that
there's no baby, bro.
Or maybe they know who has the dominant bloods of these aliens that these aliens are looking.
Or
for.
maybe they have in a contract.
Can you think about it?
Well, you know what I'm saying?
No, maybe we're not the aliens because we're adapted to the sun. Our skin can absorb the sun, the radiation from the sun to make energy.
But that's what I'm saying. Go back to our souls like a parasite inhabiting the life of this planet. You understand? Like go a level deeper. The life of this planet would be a human at this point.
Yeah.
So you can be from another place, but your soul is driving this shit. Which is, I mean, if you really think about it, is actually
people snatch.
It's true. That's why it's like you can have that body, but you can have the heart of gold. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like you can have the heart to do good things. There's good people and bad people.
Yeah, there were good guys. There were good guys that came descended from heaven and bad guys.
That's what I'm saying.
There are guys that wanted to destroy. Think about
sweating your hat all the way up.
It's cool. Think about the story. What was it? Was it Babylon? Or when we built the Great Tower, they said man all spoke the same. It was in the Bible. Man all spoke the same language at one time. Man tried to build this tower to ascend to heaven. The gods did not want these people to ascend to heaven, so they said they destroyed the tower and spread man across the globe, and they all speak different tongues. So they could never, ever come together again and all figure out how to build this tower back in heaven.
You can't build the tower to fucking.
But I'm saying that maybe that's a guy saying, "Listen, these."
Let me side note you for a second.
Yeah.
Let me side note you for a second. Have you also heard the theory? Because we're gonna get
let's get to it there.
Have you also heard the theory about it being like there is no outer space? You ever heard that?
Yes.
There is no
the dome.
Dome
theory.
No, that's why I was trying to get my cousin Nick.
So with that, it's like with that whole thing, that's also like with the planet being flat at the same time. The planet's supposed to be flat and in a dome, and it's. I mean, there's a couple different things with that because that also comes in with the moon landing conspiracy and things like that. And people try to Well, I got something about that too. And people try to,
their theory then from right here, let's go right into it.
Okay. People try to use both of them as, a way to, I guess, convince you, that the world is flat. And one of the reasons is, they'll say, well, of course, you've never seen a rocket like literally go out of space. You know what I mean? They'll say it'll go up and it'll go into a trajectory where it goes on an angle and it'll kind of straighten out. Another thing is to go back with the moon landing that was supposed to be fake. The flag is flapping on the moon and there's no oxygen, there's no wind.
Oh, yeah.
So we can kind of get into that. So, all right. So with this moon landing situation, me and my boy Keith was talking about this little cuz, and he doesn't have Facebook. I would shout him out, but he will never see it. So, we were talking about the moon landing and how it, could be a conspiracy, could not, who knows, you know what I mean? The whole thing was we were supposed to be racing Russia to get to the moon. There's actually a movie out right now about this. I can't remember what it's called, but I wanted to see it. About how we were in a race
yeah, Google that, bro,
to get into outer space before Russia.
Right.
So
we just
apparently,
the fake one. And gave them that.
So what one conspiracy is Russia actually did beat us there.
Mm-hmm.
We actually never made it type situation. And we made the video, of course, which looks fake to me. You know what I mean? Would look fake to anybody else. But another conspiracy is that we did make it to the moon, and the video is fake.
Right.
And the video is fake because there's things on the moon that either we already knew was there.
Yep.
See what it was somebody.
I heard that.
Everybody does recognizance before they decide, let's just go on the moon and see what's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the trip into space was a success, apparently.
Okay.
But when they went there, they seen something and didn't know what it was, type situation. So I guess they brought the information back. I don't know how.
And it wasn't called Apollo 11, would it?
It might be. It just came out.
Okay.
It's literally brand new. So
Apollo 11, yes.
So apparently, they found something up there and came back. I don't know if they came back with it. I don't know if they just came back with information, but they came back, found out what it was, and then went back to the moon. And there's
with reinforcements.
Or we don't know if they went with reinforcements, or we don't know if we're actually from there, something else is from there. But they went back and they have whatever on the moon, whether it's a space station or, whether it's just life in itself on there and we can just live up there. We don't actually know what's up there because all we do is see,
I heard
a circle and a circle, whatever.
I heard
that will go back to my theory.
So, in a sense. So, yeah, it could have been us. So,
yeah, I heard it's us.
So my thing about that is
that we got
because here's the from years ago. Yeah, like you said, like you said, we have technology to do all of these things. We can't figure out how the fuck the pyramids was made and be able to reconstruct them in the perfect manner that they did.
Right.
And we can't get back to the moon. We went there apparently, but there's never been a case where anybody has gotten back
been able to land on the moon since
to the moon. We've never landed on the moon since. So you talking 30 years? I mean, you're hot.
It's me.
We've never been back. Sweating. So my thing about it is, we can create all these things, and we made it to the moon, or Russia made it to the moon, whoever made it to the moon. We got stuff that's going to Mars and taking pictures of Mars and shit like that. But we can't get there. But there's supposed to be like some shit that you can go into, you can pay. It's in fucking insurmountable amount of money. Yeah. But you get a ticket and you're able to go in outer space. In my opinion, that's a ticket where they get your money, they send you somewhere and off your ass. Thank you for the chicken.
Let's go.
Yeah. Put them in the ship and then it'll explode. Boom. Oh, we fucked up.
The Kev theory is somewhat tied.
I'm about to start selling them tickets.
But Kev
tomorrow.
But Kev's theory almost ties into my theory of maybe we did get broken up. Maybe when we came here, we was like, hey, we're gonna stay on the moon. And when the Earth got destroyed, it was like,
the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. You ever heard that saying?
Oh, yeah.
So
because there's real rich.
There's rich and there's poor. There really ain't no in between.
No.
You either got it to get what you want at any given time, or you don't. You know what I mean? Even if you're able to get it, if you have to smooth something around, rob Peter to pay Paul, you ain't rich. You know what I'm saying? So, what if the people who were overly wealthy sent the people who were underly wealthy to a place like Earth, where they would have to prove their worthiness to actually come back.
And
like
that makes sense. You know why that makes sense? Think about how America was discovered. America was discovered because the poor, from different franchise from Europe, the murderers, the rapists, everything that Europe didn't want was sent to America.
Yeah.
To inhabit America.
And Australia.
You can have that shit.
Yeah,
there's people there. There's people there, but
and
fuck them.
You won't be able to make it over there. This probably doesn't exist. Maybe you'll die at sea. But they did, and they made it. Now they can come back and say
now we have Columbus Day.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
But that would make sense. That would make sense about what Kevin's saying about the moon. Maybe we first landed on the moon. They said, "Damn, these fucking dinosaurs is there." But think about it. Maybe they send these mice. Yeah, listen. Fucking things is crazy.
I don't know what to do. What do you think, President?
Yeah, listen,
guy.
Listen, these fucking idiots here. We're between the Earth and the Moon is between our closest planet, which would be what, Mars, right?
Oh, you asking the wrong nigga.
Which would be Mars is the closest planet to Earth.
I don't know.
Mars is the third planet,
which they said was once inhabitable.
Yeah,
we're the third rock from the sun. That's
third
all I
rock.
know.
So Mars is the closest planet. Maybe if we had Mars and they say, hey, listen, we would go to Mars, we would set up on the moon because nothing's on the moon, and we send these idiots to Earth to see if they can get it.
What if the sun is actually a planet inhabited by people like us, and that whole heat is their security defense to make sure that we could never get back? And they could leave,
back on,
but we can't. But we can't get back. I mean, think about it. There are planets that are closer to us to the sun. 2 more, right?
Yeah.
So if there's living organisms there, then there's definitely something that'll fuck us up. That's for a fact. Because they were standing in the sun.
Yo,
but
Goku's up there.
Yeah, Goku up there. Trying to get Krillin up there, but that nigga can't get strong enough. So, but what if each planet has a different form of us that has been isolated because they weren't worthy, and you have, in order for you to be worthy, your life. But that's on Earth after your years are up in this form.
Right.
You get judged by your peers.
Which goes back to what I was saying.
Well, that would go back to what I was saying. The three different civilizations
Black
that
cars
said
just pulled up to your crib.
3 different
fucking.
But that goes back to what I was saying. That goes back to what I was saying. 3 different civilizations all believing that we came from Orion's belt. But you had to go through trials. You had to be the purest in something, but you had to go through trials to get back
to be the best of the best.
The best to get
part one,
only kings and certain people high.
Which is crazy because they were pieces of shit.
Yeah, but they were chosen to go back to these planets. Because Orion Belt has 3 suns. Those are suns, that them stars are suns. So maybe it's galaxies that exist that we're from.
Dog. All I know is this.
When I heard 3 suns or 3 moons.
3 suns. Orion Belt is made up of 3 stars. 3 stars is all. Stars is sun. That's all it is.
When I heard that piqued my interest. I didn't check up on that, but that piqued my interest, and I listened to that. And they said that niggas went up there and there was motherfuckers there.
There was already people there.
Already there. Like with I guess they talk about the craters and the moons. They said they weren't really craters. They're actually like you go inside of them. And then there's like the cities and shit like that of the ultra rich. So like you have to, like you said, you got to pay money to go up there now. But apparently we were there for fucking millions of years.
And that never really got struck by me because it's so small. The gravity of an asteroid will pull automatically to the Earth because the Earth has a stronger gravitational pull to go down there. So maybe
some niggas fucking sides.
Maybe we was on Earth, like getting to the point like we can go back and forth to the moon and shit. That's probably happened. What probably happened?
Oh, absolutely. I've been peeping that the whole time.
Maybe we can go back and we had the technology to go back and forth to the moon.
But you can't have it.
We couldn't have it. Maybe 1,000 years ago, like, oh, this is we're gonna keep making this
pyramids.
Yeah, the pyramids.
Exactly.
The pyramids a lot. Maybe we had the technology to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Maybe
when that meteor hit the Earth and destroyed, like shit, we're cut off from the Earth again. We can't go because that storm lasted for 1,000 years.
That's a long ass.
maybe we still have the well, how would you say?
The technology.
Not necessarily the technology,
the knowledge.
but maybe we have the knowledge because there's hieroglyphics that's all in
We are not
Egypt
allowed-
and
yeah,
stuff that
we-
you can't, you know, they
can't decipher.
Either they can't decipher or they don't let you see. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So maybe we do know how to get or what is up there, and you know what I mean.
But
It's
I
not
think
at
there's a
liberty to
special group of
discuss
people who do know.
the Men in Black.
No, not the Men in Black. You know what?
You can't have it.
You know who it is?
Fuck, you need to go to the
They-
moon for a nigga. You
just-
know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the Vatican. The Vatican has knowledge
Oh yeah, it's a lot of shit.
pulled from all over the world, and they have these. They have,
What? yo. Why you think them niggas ain't going to jail for that type of shit?
Exactly.
but that's what I'm saying.
Because they sending them little
they-
babies up there.
They're both.
Maybe they ain't raping them. Maybe
they're-
they sending them home.
Maybe their vote contains their vote. Their vote contains the knowledge that hey, this is what you need to get back here. This is what you need to skip back to our planet. We won't never know because
Nah, never. You'll never know because you'll be long dead.
Yeah.
And then when you die, you'll know, but you can't tell us.
Yeah, how would you?
so
There's probably people up there now like these niggas don't even know. We having a whole party up this motherfucker.
so
For real.
what's happening? We in there?
Yes.
Are we good?
Something, yeah. It's just giving me feedback.
All right, so Drake.
But I think that's
that makes
that's
perfect
I
sense.
mean, there's a lot of
That's
different
a good
things
one.
that don't make sense but make sense at the same time. You know what I mean? Because you can only track us back to a certain amount of time. Yeah, all the continents fit together to be one big puzzle piece. So that's common sense. Like, all right, if you all fit together, you had to be whole. There's no way that you just were that form for no reason. All right, I give you that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like Kev said, how would we be able to come up? How would somebody wake up one day and be like, you know what? I'm going to find this. I'm going to put this together. It's going to make a computer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This and this
Even
will
this
make
shit
an
from back in
engine
the
to
day.
make a car.
Thank
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
talking about long.
But think about it.
time ago.
We just got flight a few hundreds of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got screens that we can touch with our hand and manipulate
Right.
and do whatever we want. We just recently got cars. Our cars now are driving themselves. You telling
Not
me,
safely, buddy.
but not safely. But think about the technology from when we first got the plane. Now going back, like damn, you mean for thousands of years these people couldn't get flight or know what to do, like
It was on boats and walking.
or
And
before
horses, I mean.
or before that, 11,000 years ago, where our civilization. You telling me we was around maybe for 10,000 years that we didn't discover new shit?
But they had pictures of motherfuckers coming down from
They
the
had
sky.
down from the sky. Egyptians have what they say. Oh, they were birds. They have depictions of airplanes,
Yo,
aircraft.
listen, I was about to get into
They
that
had
too.
murders.
Not even depictions. What it was they had little models, and they would look like a bird, but birds wouldn't have like different
tail
flaps
rudders.
and stuff, tails and
Right,
stuff.
rudders.
That was so what they did was they constructed the same portrait or the same models. They would build them life size to see if they would fly, and these motherfuckers would fly. And the thing about it was they would show cockpits in them. Like there would be cockpits in the designs from back in the day. There would be little small, like it looks like hatches where you would open something up. What the fuck they putting in there? Maybe they putting their laundry in there. Maybe there's a fucking engine. In there.
But
You know,
Fly their laundry.
I'll do that shit.
You know what I
bro.
mean?
got
Who knows?
Send it back to the moon.
but you got to think about it. Even the pyramids, the newer pyramids don't have hieroglyphs in them. They have nothing.
Right, yeah. Man-made.
It was just this. The older pyramids have this hieroglyph, this language, all this art, this fancy depiction.
Well, if it's an old civilization, then of course.
But it's old. So why is it the ones the pyramids that come after these are so
wouldn't have anything like
nothing?
Yeah.
You can't. Okay, here's one. It's called the Dennis.
the Dennis Rodman effect.
No, the Dennis.
Yo, that'd be some shit.
The Dennis Soviet.
That's a whole nother thing
The
that I
Dennis
was going to
Soviet.
talk
The
about.
Dennis Soviet caves. They found a bracelet in this cave was made out of emerald, something like that. It had drill marks and these perfectly centered drill
I
marks.
remember
You
you
can-
telling me, yeah.
You can see the drill marks in this cave. This was thousands of years before we knew how to drill.
Right. Unless they had these Jones.
They make drills. There's certain stones that you need diamond tips that is harder than diamond. You need a certain tip
Yeah.
and a certain amount of pressure to carve into these. And they said, "Oh yeah, they carved them with a fucking mallet."
There was
No.
no.
I don't know if it was I don't know if it was like my Apple News or if I was watching regular TV or something like that. But they were talking about how the meteorites that landed, there were certain meteorites that contributed to the technology that we supposedly have today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the material.
The different
Adamantium,
anime.
vibranium.
I wish I had it right.
Vibranium really exists, is what they said. That's a real thing.
Yeah, they put it in vibranium.
No, that's a real thing. I mean, I don't know if it has, the ability like Black Panther, but apparently
It's like
vibranium is like a real thing.
Because titanium, what's the strongest metal?
The strongest metal.
Strongest metal. It's not platinum, is it?
No, the strongest material is diamond. Diamond is the strongest thing out of No. It's something stronger than diamond. No, it's
Metal though.
Metal
melts.
Strongest metal.
Oh, strongest metal?
Because the strongest metal melts at the
Titanium is the lightest
at
metal.
the top.
Remember, we used to want to get our titanium bikes because we wanted to do tricks on them shits back in the day.
And die a little less. No.
No.
We got a little
My
more.
shit, yo.
Like
after
that.
y'all shit, my shit gonna suck. So I'm gonna break my shit down into 2 parts. Cause I got the one. I didn't even bring any notes on, but the one is the Mandela effect. You ever heard of that?
We'll do that together.
Tungsten. That is the strongest metal.
Tungsten. See, give me a
But
tungsten.
there's sculptures made out of tungsten. Very intricate.
And you can't just cut that with a fucking knife, dog.
But the carvings they made out of this shit was like very intricate.
You cannot.
So
very
you need
detailed.
very detailed. So you needed fine points to carve this shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
ain't no way you could just be like, yo, that's like right now, just you can't just cut that shit like, yo, cut me a tungsten whatchamacallit, like a fucking whole shit. Nah, you can't. Yeah, that's crazy. And I think we don't have enough knowledge to really put 2 and 2 together, and they trust that because the missing links to a lot of shit is in these not lost files, but the files that the government had. That's a missing link to a lot of shit. That's why we can't put it together. You can do all the research you want, but the real shit is locked away somewhere where it's going to get you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And that's real.
It's in somebody's basement.
Somebody's.
That's in somebody's basement.
All right.
Reminds me, you ever watch The Blacklist?
My wife watches it, and I need
Me
to
and my
watch
girl,
it.
we watch it a lot. And Raymond Reddington, man, that man right in himself, he's like a conspiracy in himself because they don't even know if he's a real
So
Raymond
James,
Reddington.
James, what's the name from The Office? Robert California.
But
I know. I know. I've seen him on The Office, but I haven't watched The Office.
all right, so Dre,
James Spader.
we're gonna get to your theory.
All right, so we'll break down the Mandela effect together later because that's actually a really interesting.
I'm into that.
Very interesting.
Okay.
So my shit is the hollow earth theory. I took a little bit of notes, but we just gonna spin off on it a little bit. My shit corny compared to y'all shit.
No,
y'all
it's
shit
not.
went deep. Y'all shit went deep. So the hollow earth theory, if you ever heard of it, it's not a lost city or anything, but it's like there's no magma or fucking hot core in the middle of the earth. It's actually I can't say city because
Channels.
it's bigger than that, but it's like tunnels and shit like that, but it's like a whole civilization in there that's more advanced than ours.
Is that with the mole people?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay,
they're not
let's
mole
go.
people. Them niggas is more advanced than us. So we talk about like the flying saucers and shit like that.
Okay.
Apparently, yeah, they got them there.
Inside there?
Inside the earth. And them
Okay.
motherfuckers come out of that shit.
There was something I was reading about that, Dre. I think it was Magicians of the Gods. They said when it goes back to my theory, when the meteor hit,
Right.
they built these underground cities. They took, but that's almost like
See what I'm saying?
Almost like Noah Ark. They took 2 of every man, 2 of every kind. The best men. You couldn't have no diseases, leprosy. You had to have the ability to bear children and stuff like that. The smartest ones, everything they had knowledge of the stars or carpentry. These people were brought into these caves, and these caves, kept the knowledge of whatever they needed to keep. While the people on the surface was going through, and the door was locked with this giant millstone, which is a circular stone that just locked the door that sealed them off.
They rolled that shit in front
That
of
put him in the earth to lock him in there, to trap him in there. So your theory makes sense to what I'm saying. Maybe these people that have the earth say, listen, because you think about it, if with your theory, if a nuclear blast went off. Boom.
They chilling.
You chilling. You down on Earth. You don't know how long it's gonna go, but your civilization is expanding
Think about that.
in Earth.
Yeah.
Would you really want to return to the surface?
No. I'm already used to down there. I'm already used to it and all my shit down here. I don't need to go up there. I got fucking PlayStation.
So what would you think that they come up for?
To check on us. So I'm gonna go into it a little bit
Go
more.
ahead, your theory.
So like apparently like the Buddhist and like Hindu, all of them describe this like city. Agartha is what it's called.
Okay.
Some people say Agartha, some other shit. The capital of the city or the capital of the place is called like Shambhala.
I heard Shambhala.
Shambhala, yeah. So apparently like Buddhists believe that they're a race of like supermen and women, like super intelligent, super all that shit. Just, I believe in some stories I heard, they're like, you know, that's where the whole Aryan shit, the one true race type of thing came from, because that's what they look like. But nobody really knows. But like they believe that they're supermen and superwomen. But I have cards. I'm gonna read through my cards. So let's see. So apparently, like the whole, like the ruler or the king or the the guy that runs the whole shit was even given like direct orders to the Dalai Lama. If you know anything about the Dalai Lama, like he's super peaceful, super all that, but like apparently he was getting all that shit from like their ruler. I don't have a name for him. Next card. Because we're gonna talk about it, but I want to make sure I got all my facts.
When you tell me I got something for you. Make sure you say it.
Yeah, but so that's what I wanted to get into. So with this, one of the biggest there's two big entrances to like in the Earth. They have a whole bunch of tunnels, but there's two big entrances. They have the North Pole and the South Pole,
which are both off limits to
you cannot fly over them.
You cannot fly.
You cannot fly over them now.
And you're not allowed to investigate them.
Not at all. And they said niggas who even took treks to like try to find the North Pole didn't necessarily find the North Pole like they said they did. They said once you get to like the edge of the hole, that like your compass starts going crazy and it like points you back in the other direction. So you might think you found the North Pole, like true North or South Pole, but you didn't. So it's like a deterrent. Hold on. Apparently one guy actually flew over the North Pole. Admiral Richard Byrd. I think it was like in the 1930s.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So he flew over that shit, and when he flew over it, like how you thinking you gonna see like all ice and it's just gonna be one big sheet of ice and you just keep going. He said once he got to a certain point, it was like lush greenery.
Yeah.
Once he got like mountains and all types of shit, like in this like one big area. So like he flew in there and he saw, that nigga saw animals to resemble mammoths that all of us know have been extinct for how many years? Like millions of years?
Yeah. Thousands of years.
Thousands of years. This nigga saw mammoths and shit like that. He said this is all in his diary. Like he wrote a diary.
I heard about the guy. I heard about it.
Yeah. He said when he flew into it, he was met by two crafts. And those crafts resembled flying discs. That's where we talk about the flying saucers and shit. They said they guided him to the actual, to like the capital, Shambhala, and he met with the ruler and all that. And the ruler was like, look, we let you in here because they don't let nobody in. We let you in here because, and it gets kind of corny, like he's like, true, like he's a good man. Like they know about him already and shit. Like he's true of heart and like blah, 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 blah. Like he had people with him too. And they was like, look, the government has dropped a bomb on Hiroshima. Was it Hiroshima?
Hiroshima. And
Nagasaki.
Yeah. Nagasaki or something like that.
Yeah, Nagasaki.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, we starting to fear for our survival. And he like sent them back with a message and shit like that. So apparently, like, he detailed all this to the press. There was fucking newspaper clippings and shit about the shit. And the government fucking destroyed them all. They wouldn't let them talk about it. They destroyed all fucking remnants of this guy's.
And they went back to go investigate it, like the government do with machine.
Nah, they already knew about it.
But they already knew about it.
Yeah, they already knew about it. This was something. This wasn't like a secret to them. They just didn't want everybody else to know. But apparently, like this has been something. He led another trek to South. Was it the South Pole?
Yeah.
He or Antarctica, some shit like that. He did another one and he went in there again. I think I forget what happened then though, but. Do y'all think there's actually a hollow Earth?
I'm gonna tell you my theory about that, and which yours ties into mine.
All right. Keep tying them.
Most ancient civilizations, all the temples and everything they built, the pyramids, Göbekli Tepe, the Mayan temples, and all that stuff.
Becky Kapataki.
Yeah, they're all built to face true north and true south.
Right.
Who's to say that these people wasn't the same people that built these temples, but they say, hey, this is how you get to
Agartha, bitch.
Our Mecca right here. But think about it. This is how you get to the Mecca. This is how you get to the Mecca. This, you know what I mean? This is where you get. Because they're built to these true positions. So when your compass, like you said, this compass got crazy and went swirly.
Right. When you get to the edge. So you, like, certain people, I forget what their names were, it was these two guys, they thought they found, or people who like trek to that area think they found true north, like North Pole. But they didn't. They found the edge of, the entrance to Agartha.
Yeah, so these temples, you gotta think, these temples and everything, because all these people, like these old civilizations, they said all these people, they traveled, they was almost like sages. Most of them all had secret sages or something.
Right.
What was the name? I'm going to butcher his fucking name, but I read in the book, Collapso, whatever.
That shit sounded like Presto Chango.
Yeah, but he traveled.
Abracadabra.
He traveled to the Amazon on a boat with no sails and no rudders. That was silver. That
what they described.
How they described that
okay.
glided across the sea, and he came. It was him and a couple of other followers would go around the earth and would spread their knowledge to other civilizations to help them out. And he told them the secrets of astrology. He told them how, when they erected their temples, he showed them how to erect these temples and which way to erect them. All of these temples point to true north and true south.
Actually, come and tell me how to get a fucking erection.
But I'm saying, but I'm saying, maybe that's how we can discover these places, because these pyramids around the world is pointing to say, hey, this is how you actually get here if you want to get here.
And that's the fucked up thing now, I think. Because, like, regular people ain't doing shit like that. Like, me and you, like, all of us three ain't saying, yo, that's a crazy theory. Let's go to the fucking North Pole
We don't have
and
money
do
to
it.
do it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why their fucking secrets are so ironclad. Because, like, regular people can't just, like, let's all just catch a plane to the North Pole, have it drop us off, and just walk.
How much fuel you think would
I have no idea.
they require to get to the true North Pole?
That's the alien.
And if you get off course by any means,
Yeah, you're fucked. You're dead.
You're dead.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much impossible to get to. Have you ever looked at Google Maps? I look at Google Maps. You can see Google Maps. You see it like, oh, it looks. You can see that it's genuine. That these fucking satellites took pictures of these genuine places.
Okay.
But when you get over Antarctica, the shit looks like it's fucking manufactured ice. It gets to a point where it gets glitching. Like, yeah.
Well, there's parts like
it looks strange on Google. Because I looked at it.
Yo, hold on.
There's different parts.
Yo, hold on.
Oh shit.
This nigga Googled the North Pole.
Hey, right.
I
I
know.
was trying to find Santa Claus. This nigga.
Yo, to go back to my homie Keith, he was telling me how before you were able to Google the city of Atlantis, and they would show it to you where it is supposed to be located in the ocean, and he said that they would have like this darker outline and how you could kind of see like something's down there, but it ain't. You know what I mean? Like you can't see it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you know, city of Atlantis, if you don't know, it's supposed to be the city underwater. It was supposed to be just submerged.
That goes
In a
with the
sense.
book I read. I read a book, like I said, I read Magicians of the God, because suppose the sea level was lower at one point in time. Well, how Britain was cut off from Europe and stuff, you know, I mean, England, the whole whatever, I think.
You talking about geography, nigga.
But when the sea level was lower, all that shit was connected. These little islands, like
I believe
Britain,
that, though.
it was all connected. That's when the glaciers, all these places were connected. Supposedly, he's saying Atlantis was actually an actual place that sat in one of these lower parts of the sea level, but the ice wasn't melted, so he was able to build. If you built a civilization, where would you build it close to? everything started off on the coast of the edge of water because you're able to travel water to get back. You will then travel further into land to see what you have. But all our major cities, New York, California, Atlanta,
Florida.
all these, where they all built
Florida's
on?
the state.
But where are these big? Even
Damn, we talking about cities?
Yeah.
but even was like Houston and all that.
Gainesville.
Houston, they're all built. These humongous cities are all built on coast.
Right.
Philadelphia, they're built near water. Because you have to get if you build in a city, you have to be able to transport your goods. If you don't have flight at that time, or maybe you did, even if you didn't, it's easier also to travel by waterway also.
Yeah. Well, them niggas had silver surfers back then, fucking gliding across
So
the
think
water.
about
But there's lakes and
But lakes are
rivers
landlocked bodies of water.
Okay.
Oceans are connecting continents.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if Atlantis was built when the sea level was lower enough at the time for the city to be built, when them glaciers melted and that water came rushing, it was trillions of gallons of water that came rushing into the seawater to rise the fucking sea level. What do you think is going to happen? That's why I say Atlantis is underwater.
I'm gonna do some research on that because it's like, so when that happened, did all them niggas get trapped? Did it happen
A
gradually?
lot of people got trapped. Dude, you can do the research. You can go.
what if they got hit by a big ass tsunami?
Yeah, and ain't shit you can do about that,
Ain't
but
shit you can do
literally
about
sit
that.
there and be like, all right, y'all.
Well, but I was saying like I said, how your story ties into
Take me
mine.
to the gods.
When that meteor hit,
Already go to the moon,
when that
baby.
meteor hit, I'm gonna show y'all a picture.
Take me to the moon.
Take me to the moon, baby.
Yo. Oh,
I'm
shit.
mad that we won't be able to see it on here, but
Ooh, and there's no way we can do picture in picture.
nah. But I'm gonna show you.
Shout out to the people who checked in and was watching this
Yes,
and ain't
thank
say
you.
a goddamn
Yeah.
word.
Because they don't have no theories.
Look, if you watch this shit afterwards, it's gonna be a fun watch. Your mind will get crazy. Go do me a favor and go to YouTube and like search this shit. You will get lost for hours thinking about like wait till we talk about the Mandela effect.
Especially
It's gonna
if
fuck your
you
brain up.
smoking some tree, you might as well go on YouTube.
Okay, here go.
Start
Here-
watching videos. Get your
This is
night
gonna fuck
ready.
up. Y'all should be able to see this.
You'll
Right?
watch documentaries and everything.
All day, all
Now,
night.
mind y'all how
Fall
big
down
this
that rabbit
is,
hole.
right? These are the floodwaters that came across. Now, you ever see when you run water across something, and the effect that when you run like
Yeah, over time. Yeah.
or water, even
The Grand
water,
Canyon.
or your water hose, you show water hose over sand and what it leaves behind. Does it leave behind something like that?
Yeah.
People don't know.
Where is that though?
That's the Scablands of Washington. That's above this polar ice caps. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, I'm gonna do picture in picture.
Good shit, bro.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. That's how much water was dumped.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's how much water was. That thing is freaking fucking huge. There's boulders the size of fucking mansions.
And that's in Washington, West Coast.
Washington, or near Oregon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Washington
I forgot
State.
it was two of them.
Washington
Well, one
State.
is state. And
But
one
that
is-
was-
One's a DC.
But that's what-
one's
that's-
state and one is the
One's the District of
conspiracy
Columbia.
capital of.
Yeah. Somebody
world.
explain that shit. District of Columbia? Why?
Yeah. But that goes to your theory, Dre. Maybe these people was building there. They say, hey, listen, we know how to get back to where we came from. This is
Maybe Washington D.C. is where the aliens first landed, so that's where they made the home base at. That's where Google Maps takes the aliens or us
It'll be DM.
back home. When we get back home, Google Maps takes them straight to Washington.
District of the Moon.
all right, Dre. Okay,
Yeah.
Dre. Go
It
back.
would be.
Back to your theory, though. Your hollow earth theory.
That was it.
That was it.
I just think, and what they said, like, I watched other documentaries, like, a while ago on it, because it really interested me, and then, like, they described the city as almost like Emerald City from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah, exactly.
It was, like, really, like, fucking, like, oh, shit, nigga, this is...
Remember,
Would your
yo,
Would your
remember.
city be considered Garden of Eden?
Oh, nah, I don't think so, because it was
Nah,
Garden
that's
Eden was
deeper,
just a
though.
garden.
That's some deep
wasn't a
shit.
city.
No, I'm saying that's deep shit.
But
Garden of Eden was
think-
where all man came from.
yeah, but it was actually like an actual garden. There was no buildings or nothing like that.
But that's
And no
the
sense.
city of
Ooh,
Atlantis
no
was
sin.
supposed to be
Ooh.
like an actual city.
yeah, I know, but
but-
his city that he's talking about.
and
Well, his city called Shabala,
The capital Shabbat.
but maybe his Shabala is.
Agatha.
But think about your Shabala. think about how much your story sounds so much alike like the Garden of Eden.
What if when he flew into Agartha, it looked like, remember when the motherfucker came to the Never-Ending Story, how it first looked when he pulled in, like, damn, this shit look like it's made of diamonds in here.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was like that's what they were saying. It looked like something crazy.
They flew into what was the joint of Black Panther?
So what did he? What did the guy,
Yo,
so what did the guy say when he seen that, Dre?
what the fuck is that shit called?
Wakanda.
Let's go get
Wakanda, yeah.
Wakanda. That nigga went to Wakanda.
He flew into some.
So what did the guy?
He might have.
So what the guy said? He seen sparkling lights and shiny things and everything.
I don't remember the exact, but it was just like
He got
think
met
of
by two
Emerald
discs.
City, like everything shines, everything like.
What does
and
that
them
look
niggas
like?
drove. Niggas drove fucking spaceship looking shit.
So what year was that?
That was 1936, I think.
So think about how he would describe 1936 didn't have buildings that looked like New York
It probably
City.
in
New
my
York City,
mind.
like
In my mind, I'm thinking of where do all the girls go to get shitted on? Dubai. So maybe it looked like
Where
Dubai.
do all the girls go to get
So, but
shit on?
think about it. That's how would you explain that
pooping.
How would you explain that in 1930s? If you see
that's
Dubai?
That's what I'm saying. If you'd have seen Dubai today,
You'd be
explain it then, it's like, oh shit, them niggas ride camels. But the difference is like when I saw they got camel races and shit.
I know they do.
when he like the one I saw, he was saying like, and this is from different like sources, so all of them ain't gonna be correct. But they were saying they were taller people, like all
Giants?
together, not giants.
But
So like,
just like
imagine
7
a whole
foot.
bunch of shacks and a whole bunch of fucking Dirk Nowinski's walking
Here
around.
go another joint. Indian over in America. This was an actual cave that got discovered. They were supposed to be giants in America.
Okay.
They all lowered these giants into a cave and they burnt the entrance of the cave and shot them with arrows.
Well, that's fucked up.
They found people thought it was a myth, but when they went and dug up the remains of these people, they found the skulls of these people and the skeletons would reach 7 to 8 feet tall. One of the skeletons, I swear, they compared the modern human jaw bone, which was which is this big, to their jawbone, which was fucking like this.
Sucking mad dick. I'm sorry. That's the first thing I thought of. Is the women, the giant women, like they sucking their dick.
giant dick.
They suck your dick off. You're like, oh, little tic tac.
That's what the nigga was flying. No, but
Pick and balls.
that's what I'm saying. I think if you pull at a lot of threads, a lot of shit's gonna meet.
All of them,
And a lot of shit's gonna go just like this.
We're gonna get kicked off the internet.
Nah. They couldn't kick Stevie
Yeah, we
Wonder off.
are.
But it's a lot of shit like that.
So what's your next theory, Dre? Because you said you had.
It's gonna be
Mandela effect.
the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Nigga, this shit
This
is mad
is
interesting.
crazy.
Okay,
This is crazy. All right, so go ahead.
Nah, you go ahead.
All right, so basically, the Mandela effect is how. What I got from it is people go back in time to change time, which does like a butterfly effect to change different situations that come about now. For example, and this is one that I use because this is how I remembered it.
Yeah.
Okay, when I was growing up, Chick-fil-A was Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? There was no dash in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Now there's Chick-fil-A. Another one was. Another one is.
No, let me do it.
The Berenstein Bears?
Yeah. I wanted that one. I thought you. How do you remember the Bernstein Bears being spelled?
I think like BERN or some shit like Burns.
The last part of it, Bernstein. That's how I remember saying it.
Now
It's Bernstein, and they said it was always Bernstein.
Nah, wasn't never.
It was always a Burns.
That's what nigga. Go get a book right now. It's gonna say Bernstein.
I'm gonna give you a list.
Burns
I'm gonna give you.
So that's the Mandela effect.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. All right, so a lot of people, it was started because a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison like years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
When the truth is, I think he just died in 2013 with us.
Because he came out and became president.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
no, did he?
Yeah.
So the whole thing is this. They're saying that there's people, supposedly, there's people that, not us, not anybody that you know, but like if somebody goes back in time and changes something, it changes for certain people but not others.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might, it's like it creates different realities, like different reality trees.
Yeah. So
where
your
you remember
memory of
something
one
different
thing could vary
with somebody else's.
with another.
Because somebody else will tell you,
So
it was
that-
always the Bernstein Bears. What are you talking about?
It was a Berenstain Bears.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
So
is
that's-
is that almost as the same as deja vu?
That's another
Listen.
thing they put to it. Yeah.
Here's one.
I can visualize the situation. I'm like, yo, I know
You've
what's
been there
about,
before.
I know what's exactly about to happen right about now,
Yeah.
and it doesn't happen. Like
I'ma
it's
get-
supposed to happen.
I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
some, and let's just see if they.
I don't
they
remember
were
that.
saying-
I
I don't
saw
remember
that,
that either,
yeah.
but they were saying, well, it was called Jiffy at one point, but it's people swear there was Jiffy peanut butter back in the day, but we speculate they're combining Jif with its competitor Skippy.
No, what Jiffy?
There was a Jiffy.
Yeah, that's
There
what I
was
don't
a
remember
Jiffy.
that. I always remember Jif.
I remember Jiffy.
It could be
Jiffy.
Jiffy Pop, it could be Jiffy anything. But
I remember Jiffy
Jif.
peanut butter. I never heard of Skip.
Skippy? You don't remember Skippy?
No.
All right, I got another one for you. You probably don't care about it.
What
Yeah.
Okay, so another one is
Yeah.
Looney Tunes. They're trying to say that Looney Tunes is spelled Looney Toons and not Tuns. It says it makes almost zero sense, but yes, the cartoon was spelled as tunes.
Yeah.
So they're trying to say that
It's little shit that you
little
remember. Little tiny
the
shit that went
Berenstain
different.
Bears didn't exist.
Sex. Some people remember it as a Sex in the City, and they call it Sex and the City.
It was Sex
I
and the-
remember Sex in the City.
No, it was
So I'm
Sex-
guessing-
Or Sex and the
It
City.
was the N signal. It was the little N John. That's what
I was I
something
in.
different, yeah.
That was I in the city.
Oh, I remember N the city.
But you see what I'm saying?
So our timeline, because we're so close, some of our timelines almost mesh.
It's like
To a
this.
point.
Yeah.
They're trying to say
it's
that
like that.
Curious George never had a tail. The
Oh
monkey.
shit, that nigga had a fucking tail.
No, he didn't. He never had tail. He was always. Curious George.
Nigga, you from the other time. I don't even give a fuck.
Curious George was my favorite book as a kid. He never
you look
had a
like
tail.
Oh, come on, I gotta entertain the people, damn it. You could bust on me. Didn't you
They're
say I
trying to
like
say
penises or some shit?
Febreze spelled Febreze and not breeze as in Breeze.
What the? Let me see.
That's what Dre needs.
I got Febreze at home, so I'm gonna look at
Well,
that.
Dre needs some Febreze. That nigga was fucking in the fucking
motherfucker.
studio. He killed like 3 flies.
Oscar Mayer or Oscar Mayer?
Meyer.
Myers.
No, you're completely.
My baloney has a first name is Oscar. My baloney has a second name is Mayer.
But
So
people think it's Meyer like Meyer.
So where are these people
Oscar
going? Where are
Mayer.
these people going back in time to where they stepping on blades of grass or just
It
observing
could
and
be
they fucking
anything.
and they're-
You will never know. Because this is beyond. It could be. You ever think about time travel? That's why I think like the Avenger shit and all that shit is actually really interesting because it's a. To me, it's like it's putting another thing forth.
Well, they
because
say time is like a ripple of time. You throw another fucking drop in there, the ripple.
it's the butterfly effect.
you
Butterfly
change it.
effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I spell Fruit Loops.
Fruit. LOOPS.
Apparently, it's
Oh hell no!
FROOT loops.
No, it was never that. It
No.
was never Fruit Loops
They
with
think-
OO.
So
What the fuck?
That's how people. These are the differences of how people.
That's not
remember.
real.
That's not
Let me
real.
see.
Fruit. That looks like fruit. We would always know fruit. FROOT.
Fruits. But,
Yeah,
But
to
it's
me-
fruit.
To me, that's what makes the Avengers shit so interesting because if you like, let's put time travel into. We could talk about that shit another time. Let's put time travel into perspective. When they said, okay, and they really thought about that shit. Okay, if you go back in time, which God, I wish I could.
Why?
When you go back, because I'll do a whole bunch of shit. We'll have another show about if you can go back in time and change
you
it.
go fuck your whole life.
Oh, here's
Listen,
one.
Hold on. Let me get into this. If you go back in time and you change something, right? You don't change what's already happened. You only change what future you're going back to. You understand what I'm saying? So if you go right now, right, and you put like
I didn't get my first baby mom
you
pregnant.
don't, let's say you don't get a tattoo. You don't get any tattoos, like none, right? The future you go back to doesn't like you didn't change the future that already happened. You didn't change the future you're in now, where you have all the tattoos and everything. You changed, like you go somewhere else. That timeline is still going,
but
you go somewhere else.
You go inject into another timeline.
That shit is interesting when you think about
so
it.
So that's what I'm guessing that would be.
Well, time travel is crazy intricate, and the thing about it is,
I'm guessing that would be the multiverse.
My thing was
Yes.
thing was like, and this is just going from watching different. No, this is what I was talking about. Pikachu. Do you remember Pikachu having black tail?
Yes.
Apparently, he's never had a black tail.
That's bullshit. He definitely had a black tail.
In reality, it's just yellow.
It
That's
might
what
have
they
been
say.
Let me see the tail.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, Pikachu had that tip on his
Well,
side.
apparently, look,
They changed the
in
design
reality,
of the
it's just
cartoon.
yellow. That's
Yeah,
what
I
they
ain't
say.
fucking with people.
And the hyphen in Kit Kat,
It was never there.
Let me see. It was a hyphen to Kit Kat.
but there's no hyphen.
I'm trying to look up where y'all is at right now, but
Fruit of a Loom.
balloons. Hello.
What's the difference?
No,
no,
that
that's-
little thing, yeah.
It always had the fucking the fruit
Cornucopia.
So that's basically.
So, to get back
you
to time
ain't
travel,
interested in this one?
to get
No,
back,
I'm
and you're looking
interested
it
because
up. You're
I'm looking it up.
So to get back to time travel, my thing was, and I've watched a lot of different shit about time, just movies, and dumb shit, but
Hot Tub Time Machine.
it didn't matter if you thought, you might have thought that you affected only your timeline, but your timeline, even if you went back and you changed the smallest thing, rippled across. Like, say you never got the tattoos. Yeah, but for everybody, not just you. It affects everything. Like, they were saying, the smallest thing could
Because I
end
wouldn't
the
have met
world.
certain people.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, say you never got them tattoos.
Yeah, because
You got a job that you were trying to get that you didn't get in this life. You applied for, but maybe they didn't hire you because of your tattoos. You get that job. You meet somebody else. You learn something. They get something from you. You meet other people. They, you know what I mean? And then there's another whole tree.
Like,
so my thing is, if you go back in time, technically you're not there for the future things that happen.
Right.
Is time going still for you because you can come back a minute later if you wanted to because it's a time machine.
Right.
Or would time still progress in a sense? You know what I mean?
That
And then when you
timeline
come
will.
back, things, you know what I mean? Like,
Because
they're
time
two separate.
Because time is no.
Because you're just going back and you're not. You're there
measure
technically.
time.
That's the one thing.
That's saying you can't measure.
You can, but there's nobody who fully understands time. We just know
what it is.
hours, minutes.
We make
forward.
We make
We just know things age.
just
age.
like
That's what
we give our
shows time.
we give our kid a name. That's just so we can recognize it. We give time like new numbers so we can recognize it.
Right.
But we don't know actually what
Nothing
the
else.
fuck it is.
We know
don't
nothing else about time.
Nothing else about time. What does it do? What is it? Like, it was almost like gravity. We don't know. We know gravity is here. We don't know how to measure it. We don't know what it is. How does it work? We don't know how time works. I'm guessing. We don't know how time works.
I mean, we know how it works. We just don't know how to control it.
So would that be also considered like, okay, then there's multiple universes. There's a me right now.
At least we don't know.
But I'm thinking there's a me. But I'm thinking if
It's the fucking president, right?
if the Mandela effect happens, right? Say it happens, it's real.
Yeah.
There's a me right now that drank this cup. There's a me right now that's sitting this cup down. That affected me drinking that.
Infinite universes. I just shitted myself
in another universe.
But here, and that
No,
goes
no
back.
bullshit.
Like, think about it. If
There's
you look
another
up,
universe right
if you
now that
look up
Drake
stuff,
gets
if you
sucked
look
up by
up
her,
stuff about
the
time
transsexual.
traveling, what?
Yeah, exactly.
If you look up stuff about time traveling, you see pictures of people that we know famous today that look like people back in the day. Like, there's pictures of Jay-Z that he's taking pictures in a time where you wouldn't think black people would take pictures.
There's
You know what
a
I mean?
photo on the internet of a guy holding a cell phone when cell phones didn't exist.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
I know,
but
yeah.
I'm with you though.
Yeah,
I'm
you
with
can't really trust the photos on the internet where people give you nowadays. But the thing about it is like people swear, and I mean it don't make sense, but it do make sense because it's like, how could you put yourself in that position if you got enough money to change something and they have that? Would you take the opportunity?
think about it though. Think about if you think like I want you to, because we can do a whole show on this. Because like I really go into it. If you had the ability to time travel, what would you do? Wouldn't you go back?
I would go back.
Think about this. Think
I
about.
would
Wait.
learn the lottery.
Think about Jay-Z.
No, imagine all
Think about Jay-Z. I'm just using him as an example. I don't know what he would do. I don't think about what if he already got to that age and he said, you know, I could have been the best rapper in the world and did this, did that. Doesn't it seem like this motherfucker makes all the right decisions? He cannot do any wrong, even if he does wrong.
So I'm guessing you
This nigga stabbed somebody, allegedly, didn't go to jail, they don't talk about it, nothing happens, and he's a billionaire.
I'm guessing you would know what moves to make, because I would have invented.
You don't know everyone, but you know how.
I would have invented Google, and I would know how to keep Google on the map and I would be in the event of Google.
What if
Or
Mark Zuckerberg went back?
I would invest. I say, hey, mom, this guy named Bill Gates is selling his stock for like $2. Buy $3 of it. Never lose.
We all would do that with money and shit, but let me ask you a question. Would you go, something I often thought about, and I'm not saying this ain't the only thing
I would have
do.
saved my
I would
brother.
go, right, I would
say
that's what I'm saying.
I would have stopped my brother from
You do
getting
that type of shit.
I would have stopped my brother from getting. I would have had my brother here, but I don't know what that would have done. But I would have stopped. I would have had my brother here.
That's what I'm saying. Like that type. It's like money, yes.
Yeah.
Money's gonna cause some other shit, but I'm just saying like if you had the knowledge, like that you do now, because that's the one regret of every person. Every person in this world, I don't give a fuck if you are rich. Is something that you will go back and just change.
That would be the main. Having my brother.
There's
would be
more
the
than
main,
just one thing.
If I had one time travel.
And this one point in time,
Yeah.
if I had the ability to time travel, I would time travel to way, way, way before. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably be like 13. You know what I mean? And I would be leaving stuff for me. Like, yo, you need this book.
I think that shit
This
all the
book
time.
of life.
All the time.
And this certain book right here is going to help you. Just follow this book.
Now here, I thought of that.
But then
I'm in the
things
truck.
change, right?
I was gonna say I'm in the truck by myself all day, and I think about shit like that because I feel like it's one of the most interesting topics in the world. And I always think it's like once you change that one thing, okay, maybe I would have.
You would never ran into that girl that you told you to avoid.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying that when I come back right now and I say, okay, Andre, go to college, like go to a far off college and do this, that. Well, guess what? Everything that I experienced in this way,
You would never.
None of that shit
You would
happened.
never met Erica.
None of that shit happened.
Nah, you gotta do something smart. Like,
But
go back when you like 18, a time where you're legally able to do something, a time when you know that you're at your lowest at a young point. You know what I'm saying? Like you just down, you broke as fuck, you're trying to find a job, whatever the case may be. You ain't got what you need. You that nigga the winning lottery ticket for the millions and millions and millions of dollars.
But I thought to myself, I was like,
That's a lot of
I would
shit
go
you
back
can
and tell myself.
Because that one thing is going to change everything.
But then I wouldn't have went to California. That was my dream, to go to California and never come back. But
Why the fuck none of us ain't going? I want to go to California too, but go ahead.
Right now.
But I would have never had Kiera. None of my kids.
Well, you probably would have still had
I would have had
in a
but she would have
different
been
name.
the version. But it wouldn't be the version I love that I cherish.
But you wouldn't,
I
yeah.
would,
And
but
here's the thing.
Here's I love.
If you go back in time and you change something, would you remember what you are missing? Because if you relive that life, when you come back, you wouldn't know.
That's what deja vu is.
Right now,
Deja vu.
it'll fucking destroy you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, deja vu. But like, I mean, I always thought with deja vu that was your brain not quite processing the moment.
How about you? How about dreams that you have that are so realistic, that are so vivid?
I don't believe in that.
I had
a vivid dream.
My dreams be crazy.
Of me going to a store. I knew what the store was. Seeing people that I knew, know that I'm. You know, usually you have dreams. It's like you something weird, something's off. But my dream was me going to the store, doing something for work, going to buy food for work, seeing this person working, and knowing the store is a real store. I'm actually dressed. I'm not looking crazy. And then at that leisure store, I go to a parking lot. I go to the parking lot. I go to my car. These two cars in the parking lot over a parking spot acting crazy with each other. The one car does something stupid like hops a curb to try to hit the other car and actually flips it. Guy comes out, starts shooting. I had my kid in the car. As he does the shooting, the guy that he's shooting falls behind my car, gets shot behind my car. The guy comes around and says, "I'm sorry, I don't mean to do this to y'all, but y'all seen too much." And I'm pleading with this guy. I die. I get killed.
It's very vivid.
I get killed. All of us get killed. I'm explaining this to my girl like, yo.
But you died in there?
I died.
Because
I've
I've never died in my dream.
I died in my dream. I died.
Maybe you woke up
Like,
right before your last
I
breath.
prayed that I didn't, but I seen the flash of the gun go off, and I knew. I was like, I tried to stop it. You know,
But that means you ain't died. You just got shot.
but that means maybe I had the ability to change the time. Say, no, we can't go to this store this time. We can't do this. And it may change my whole fucking life forever.
I'm with you. You might have that power. I ain't got that power.
But think about how many dreams
are fucking stupid.
You've never had a dream that was just so fucking.
I've had crazy
real.
I had dreams that was real, and then when you wake up, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like none of that happened. None of that. Like I don't feel connected to my dreams like that. I don't.
I felt connected to that dream. I was like, I woke up like so. I had so many dreams. Like I woke up like, damn, sweat. Like this shit can really happen. What stopped it from happening?
I think I need to elevate myself because that's why I don't feel connected to my dreams. Like my aunt, she called me and I think she said she had a dream I was having a baby or something like that. This was like 2, 3, maybe even 4. Because she called me about it a couple times, and ain't no baby there yet. But what I'm saying is like with me, I'm like over the years. For me, oh, I had a dream we won the lottery. Like, shit that did feel real when I was in the dream. It's like nothing even remotely to that. Like, not me finding $10 or nothing like that. And I'm using that as an example. That's why I don't feel connected to my dreams because it's like, oh, it's just something that I watch. If I get a chance to see, like, my grandpapa or something like that, then that's awesome. But when I'm in the dream, when I wake up, I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, everybody has
a dream. Cool.
You dream you like your grandfather. I dream my grandfather. That's because I worry so much. And he's like, I'm okay. Both my arms work because my grandfather had one working arm.
Yeah. I told you I thought I fucking saw him outside.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
No bullshit.
But that's the thing. That's the dream I had. He came to me and said, hey, listen, I'm good. Look, I'm okay. This is the body I'm supposed to be in. This is the form I chose and where I'm at. I chose a younger form of me. All my limbs work. Stop worrying about me. I'm good. I stress. My grandfather was the worst. Besides my brother's death, my grandfather's death was the worst one.
Yeah, mine hit me hard, very hard, probably the hardest still.
Yeah.
But let me further that a little bit. I know we're a little off topic.
No, these are all theories.
Let me further that.
This is conspiracy theory.
If I told you, because I heard this a long time ago, if I told you that you dream about what's most on your mind,
these are conspiracy theories.
You understand? What's most on your mind. So if I'm going to sleep every day and I'm worried about debt, if I'm worried about like finding love or something like that,
oh yeah,
your brain is going to it's almost like your brain be like, yo, watch a movie while you sleep, chill out. Like it's giving you what you want almost.
Yeah.
You understand? So like times where my grandpapa or my brother or somebody is heavy on my brain, you understand? Like that's when you have that dream.
That's what I'm
guessing. And they show you that.
I'm guessing that's the Matrix.
Here's the thing, though.
The Matrix is controlling you. Like, listen, but that's to give you something.
That's my point. Why do you need dreams? Think about this. I want you to really think about it.
This is conspiracy, dog.
If they talk about what you do, like from the Bible standpoint and all that stuff, what you're meant to do, like with the government, like what everybody tells you you're meant to do. Why do you need dreams? Like as a human, why would you need dreams?
You take the, like they said, the drug DMT releases the same chemicals that you get in your brain when you die, and I'm guessing them same chemicals is.
Oh, that's some shit.
Are slightly released. I think this. Don't quote me on this, but I'm guessing when you sleep, them same chemicals is probably being released into your brain while you sleep.
Okay.
It makes you feel at ease.
Okay.
It makes you see stuff that let you know that you're good.
But that's why I've never felt connected to my dream, because it's like, it's been years and years of me dreaming about specific shit and me thinking that it had a deeper meaning, and it's like, oh no, it doesn't.
It might be when you take DMT, it gives you these thoughts, and you can. How many dreams do you remember so vivid that you can bring back to earth that can help you better?
Right now, none.
My dream that I just had, about what I was just telling y'all that story. That dream didn't happen. It happened the other day. I had dreams like that. I have dreams I can't remember, but I have dreams that are so fucking vivid. If I know what car the person was driving. I know the guy was driving a white Range Rover, and he was chasing around in a parking lot a fucking like a I wouldn't say a Lumia, but one of them hood cars that had rims on it. I know I was in my girl's van.
Okay.
I know I was leaving ShopRite.
Okay.
I see the person I seen that ShopRite. I know who was there. I know what I was buying. I know I was buying food to make lunch to go to work tomorrow because I work so early. I knew all of this shit. If I was in the fucking ShopRite Plaza and I seen two dudes beefing in a fucking this car that I seen, the car was white, the other car was a blue. If I seen that, my brain would say, "Yo, you have to get the fuck out of here because you're about to die."
Here, I'll give you another.
That,
I'm not even gonna say conspiracy theory. I'll give you another thought.
that's the theory.
What if you, when you go to sleep, your brain starts connecting in with other
My alternate reality.
other alternate versions of you?
Yeah,
Real shit.
that's probably what it is. That's what deja vu is. You're connecting to your other realities that y'all talk about, the Mandela effect.
Well, that's why
I just probably seen one of my realities die.
you never know. I mean, don't be so dark about it, but
But that's the truth.
maybe
I probably seen one of my
maybe
realities
he
die.
went to the hospital and they saved him.
No, my reality died, man. I prayed. The dude told me to pray with him because he didn't want to do it to me, but he didn't want to get caught either. And he had me pray, and he killed my girl who I'm with now.
Wow, Tim.
You got
killed-
crazy.
Taking it down.
He
huh?
killed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he killed my kid, and he finished me for last. He said
That's
he
crazy.
apologized. He
He's not a
apologized,
good guy.
but he apologized. He said, "I'm sorry, but I had to do it." And then he killed me last, and then that's when I woke up.
All right, bro. I'm gonna need you to start.
I'm sorry.
Stop eating fucking sweets before bed.
But
I'm gonna need you to be more positive.
My brain connection, my deja vu be so real. I
I think that's everybody though.
I can connect to my day. I'm like, this is about to happen. But my dreams. I connect with my dreams a lot.
See,
I had horrible dreams. With these dreams, it would terrify me because it'd be so vivid.
What if all of your alternate, there's infinite, right? So there's infinite alternate
Maybe we're
realities in
connected
yourself.
really
Maybe
good.
each one is connected to certain ones.
That is really
Oh,
strong.
shit.
And my Jones is so crazy realities that I just be like, oh, that's crazy. That ain't me.
Well, a lot of times you have dreams and you just don't remember your dreams. Because
Yeah.
technically, apparently, you're supposed to have a dream every time you sleep.
I had a
You
dream
know
I
what
wrote
I'm
for
saying?
Beyonce.
Yeah.
I do remember that. And it was
Vivid.
like a great ass song. And I gave it to like Beyonce, and it was like the fucking biggest song
But
in
it
the
was
fucking
vivid,
world.
and you can never forget.
Yeah.
that. But
It was like
Kev
I
said-
remember that.
But Kev said you have dreams that you forget. There's certain dreams I can't forget. That dream scared the living life out of me. I know if I see. I know if I
stop.
But I'm just saying.
I'm talking about stop having those types of dreams.
I always had crazy dreams like that.
You gotta put yourself in a better.
I try.
Meditate.
But I wasn't thinking about that.
I just started meditating last
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
I want to do meditation. But,
You said what?
I want to start doing meditation.
I actually took time and YouTube and learn.
I was really
gonna
gonna go find me somebody to teach. I was gonna do YouTube meditation. But I said because
You start with it.
they say, man, these. I don't want to do DMT, but I'm kind of interested in it.
No, don't do that.
But I want to see because I really think like my theory. We're not from here. I really think we're somewhere else, and we are lost connection to it. And I really, because I feel as though if I found connection to this higher plane, like damn, what can I really tap into? What can I become?
Goku.
How much of my future can I control?
Fucking Goku, nigga.
You ever was younger, try to move shit with your mind, you know,
Oh, yeah.
over here,
Everything.
try as hard as hell, you get a brain freeze.
Listen.
Shit fall over.
Listen, but that's what people like the monks and all them. That's what they do on a daily basis. That's why they have no worldly things, no none of that. Because like the meditation and all that shit is taking their consciousness to higher levels. Because right now we're at the base level. That's why we can't think further than trying to pay the bills on time and doing this and getting shit for Christmas. Like we can't think further than that because society put us there.
Maybe government locked us into that shit. Because you know what's the thing about when you find stuff like all y'all theories, the government says, why would I give that Bible? Why would I give you true knowledge? Why would I give you some place that is not only certain select people can go? I want to be that select one. So let me get in that 1% group. Let Let me make sure you don't get in there. You don't take my spot. I'm gonna give you this, and I'm gonna knock.
They don't have to make sure. They don't have to make sure because the system already put you there.
Yeah.
It already put you there. You're designed, and we can get into this another time because we're just going
to
over.
wrap it up. Yeah.
Like
Wrap it up.
the system is designed to teach you a certain amount to keep you. They design you to be a worker, right?
Yeah.
Like you're designed, and the other people who can think a little bit further, naturally or whatever, can level up. But like they design you to be a worker.
Yeah.
Period. Us. Like that's what we're all designed to do. That's why they're only the 1% or the whatever. You're going to keep going, and you're going to, in their mind, we're going to produce workers, and it's going to be around.
Because you know what I mean? Because you think about all religions, they say, oh, you in certain religions you don't die. You're supposed to live forever. Or you're supposed to exist forever. You're supposed to have.
Energy doesn't die.
Energy doesn't die. When we, like I said, the
And
only
you
reason I say DMT because they say DMT releases the chemical in your brain, the same chemical before you die. Everybody ever heard or ever watch podcasts or watch YouTube videos of them having near-death experience, meaning that their body died, their heart stopped beating,
Okay.
everything stopped. They stopped. When they came back, it changed their perspective. They were like, damn, you know what? This is really not the end. I can enjoy life like I want to. I'm free now. Because I know this is not the end. This is just the beginning.
Yeah. Because you do get trapped in a loop, and your loop will not allow you to.
Because you're scared. Like, oh, man,
shit.
if you die, I'm like, damn, if I die, what's going to happen? This was like my family.
But if you have a near-death experience,
And
it's
you
like,
come back, you're a new person. Like,
nigga, I died.
I died.
The fuck do I give a fuck about
Like,
what
let me live, let me do what I gotta do.
Right, before it's too late.
Until it's too late, or they like, I'm just gonna live my life. I'm gonna do the best. I'm gonna be the best person I gotta be because I know I can't wait to go. Like I'm cool with going. I know that I don't have to worry when I go. I know the people I love. That's the thing. Another thing you worry about other people that die. You're like, damn, what happened to them? Why they not here?
I think that's another subject because I think that's a lot of like that right there is when it comes to like souls and we could go into
we went deep.
Lot of shit.
This is very deep. This is a very deep.
I'm still redacted, so
yeah.
You don't know who the fuck I am regardless.
Let's wrap this shit up.
All right. So I had fun on today's show. I like talking about conspiracies. It's a little different format from what we normally do, but I don't really give a fuck because this is the type of shit we like to talk about.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna get into all the shit we got going on. Fellas,
December.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kevin.
So, if you haven't heard, some people have and some people haven't. What we will be doing is we will be doing a live podcast.
Woo!
A live podcast at Miss Silly Blues, courtesy of our boy Jo. Josh, first off, thank you for
Joshua Worlds.
Joshua Worlds. Thank you for having us there. If you don't know who Joshua Worlds is, he is a entrepreneur / actor. A few appearances. /
model. I saw you.
Model. He's a modeling motherfucker. I tell you this. You might have seen him on All American. He has a couple of his own little put together movies, which are great as well. Thanks again to Josh. We know him as Jo. A lot of our friends know him as Jo. Great individual. Well, I do, and everybody around me know him as Jo. But thanks again. We will be at Miss Silly Blues. That is in, I want to say Washington Township, but I guess it's technically Sewell.
That's what they say.
Sewell, Turnersville. It's in that area. It's on Fries Mill Road. And we will be there on the 20th live. We want people to be there at 8 o'clock. It's $15. Bring BYOB.
It's 10. 10 or 15.
Is it 10? Or
It's $10.
It was $10.
$10. Sorry, $10.
Bring your own
BYOB.
It is a ugly sweater party, so please come with your ugly sweaters on and still dress.
Some of y'all
and me personally, I don't know about these guys. I will be getting, maybe I'll let on it, but I will be having a rum punch made up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Until it's gone.
We'll have
Until
different.
it's gone.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna have different.
I'll be at the door giving you rum punch.
We'll have different things for people there. We'll have prizes that people can win.
In person.
But you gotta be there to get it. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we'll be there on the 20th. Doors open at 8. We want people to get there at 7:30, get your seats because it's not too big of a place. There's karaoke thereafter, which starts at 10 o'clock. Tiny is the host.
No, he's not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we established
Don't
that.
get
Oh,
that.
I
Don't get that out.
apologize.
That's
Sorry,
awesome.
my bad. But we will be there on the 20th. There will be a nice party. Like I said, it's BYOB. There's no alcohol served there, so I would suggest you bring your own.
Listen, I'm gonna hit these niggas with the truth. I love all y'all, but if you support us, say you support us, stop us in the street and say, yo, your podcast, yo, be there.
Be there.
Or don't fucking come. You come up to them. Don't come up to me talking about no podcast if you ain't there. Because
Exactly.
we're gonna have fun.
We're
gonna be giving away fucking we're gonna be giving away.
We're gonna be giving away a lot of shit.
Punch.
We're gonna be giving away a lot of shit.
It might even be some money. Like we're gonna have a
Yeah.
good time.
We're gonna, and not to mention,
Good
after
time.
the podcast is over, of course, there's a party every Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday at Miss Sealy Blues. Like I said, there'll be karaoke. People will be dancing, singing, having a good time. Come and enjoy
It's a night
yourselves.
out.
Come and
With
be part
us.
of the experience. Come
Yeah,
and
pretty
share your ideas, your opinions, your comments. You'll be able to voice them and actually be able to talk to other people that's your age or older who have an opinion about the same thing. And what we'll be talking about there will be disclosed later on. So we look forward to seeing everybody there. We will be promoting this heavy until the 20th.
I'm DMing y'all. I don't really give a fuck.
So
I'm
if y'all
DMing
get
y'all.
annoyed with us, just show
Put
up.
your money where your mouth is
Yeah,
this
come
time.
tell us personally that
So
you're
if you
annoyed.
ever wanted to be on the show,
Yeah.
Now that is a perfect
that's
chance.
your chance to be on
Because
the show.
everybody is going to be there integrating
Participating.
with us and participating, and we'll be walking around the crowd and we'll be doing our thing.
I ain't welcome.
And you shut up. And we hope to see everybody that supports us there. It's 10 funky ass fucking dollars.
Right. And a
You
night
will
out.
going, I promise that you will have a good time.
Yeah.
There's never a time that I go to Miss Silly's and have a bad time. It's always a good time. And you'll most likely see people you know. If you don't think you're going to see somebody you know, bring somebody you know. Bring a
Come out
busload
with
of
it,
bitches if you can. And then let all these motherfuckers come in there and enjoy what we have to offer.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
And enjoy what J.O. has to offer and everything that is included. I guarantee that you'll have a good time. So with
Okay,
that being
got anything to
said,
Me?
yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like you want to add something.
No, I want to listen, man. This is the opportunity. This is going to be a great show. We're going to have a very fun topic.
We're gonna do. This not the only time we're gonna do
But
it.
not, it's not the only time. Listen, man. Like I said, I'm gonna get a rum
Come
punch.
listen.
I'm gonna get rum punch specifically made for that night to get you a little buzz when you get in the door because it's BYOB. So I mean, you can bring whatever you want. You can bring anything from fucking Belvedere
You can
all the
bring
way down to
anything
motherfucking E&J.
you want to drink there. You
Yeah,
can
I
bring your
think-
own food if you want to. I mean,
Exactly.
If you really, I
It's
mean,
that kind of
they
vibe.
will be selling food there as well.
But-
If you go on Miss Sealy Blues page on Facebook, we'll definitely be promoting them as well, and you'll be able to go on their page and see.
Okay.
But you'll be able to see what they have to offer. You'll get to see some videos of how the intimate place is. It's very intimate. It's a great place to bring your lady if you want to come and just have a good time. It's a great place to come solo if you know people are going to be there. You want to have a good time. It's just an all-around good vibe. Everybody's there. The owners are great people. They make sure that everybody's happy. And I give a big shout out to them because they came from the bottom just like we did. So
Come out.
come out,
Fuck it,
enjoy,
come out.
support us,
Enjoy here.
support them, have a good time.
Yeah,
man.
crazy asses because we're gonna be in there bugging that night.
We are going to have a good one that night,
it's
and
gonna be a ball.
the opinions of others. I mean, here's my thing, and I'm going to tell y'all straight up. People are going to come just off the name of Miss Sealy Blues. So if you want to come and participate, I would suggest you get there at 8 o'clock because doors open at 8. It seats 70 people at capacity. If you want to be able to sit down and enjoy yourself and be there for the night and it doesn't close till 2, I would suggest you get there on time. That way you can get a seat because there's been plenty of times that I've gone there and they wouldn't let people in. And if I didn't know J.O., I would have stood outside and been mad. So
Bring your ass.
Bring your ass early
Yeah.
and be ready to fucking party.
I
And
will
be ready
DM
to have
y'all.
a good time. because we're going to make sure that we get y'all in the mood to have a good time.
Yeah, and I will be DMing y'all.
Yes.
And hopefully, if some single ladies and fellas in there, you might get some pussy after
You,
the show.
you never know who you're going to meet in there. I'm telling
I'm
you.
fucking with y'all. That's
It's a
just
very
opinion.
intimate and fun spot. We gonna be there. We'll be giving out drinks. We not gonna go crazy on y'all. You know,
you're
but we'll be at the door making sure people have a drink.
Laugh.
And there will definitely be other prizes, cash prizes we don't know, coupons and places we don't know, Wawa cards we don't know. You gotta come and find out and come and get this stuff. And you know what's fucking funny? Now I get back on that.
I got this thing started.
You know what is fucking funny? We were trying to give out $10 to everybody, free $10 to just go on the podcast and listen and reply, and nobody replied. So guess what? We kept that $10. You know what I mean? Yeah. So maybe you get a chance to win it there, live and direct. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
All y'all niggas on Opinionated page, I see you.
We see y'all.
You on that bitch every day.
We look at the page all the time. We're watching, and there's hundreds of comments.
I see you
every day. Y'all posting. Bring y'all funky asses
We
out
created
there.
the motherfucker. Come show us some love.
You know what I'm
Alrighty now.
Have a good time. Bring your fellas, bring your ladies. If your ladies, bring your girls, bring your nigga. Whatever you want to bring them. $10 a person. I feel like that's very reasonable to come out and have a good time and be able to mingle and socialize with your peers and also be able to be part of a podcast live. And this will be the first show that we'll be doing live. And we want to do a lot more, and we got a lot of things in the works between us.
But we need your help.
But we need the support, because without the support, we can't do what we want to do.
Right.
So please, please, please comment on these posts. Please subscribe. Come out to the show on the 20th. I guarantee you're going to come on the 20th, and you're going to come there, and you're going to be looking for us. All right? So in the future, you'll be looking for us. Once you did it once, you're going to want to do it again. I promise you.
Turn over to Dre.
So
yeah, once again, we are your hosts.
Cool Kev.
Dash.
And I am Redacted. Peace.
Peace.
He loves boys.
What the fuck?
Dre.